May I come in, sir?
Please come. Please come.
Good afternoon, sir.
Now, please take a seat.
Thank you, sir.
You are Reeme.
Yes, sir. Reeme
Reeme.
Bordoloi. Reeme.
Reeme.
Sir.
Reeme Bordoloi.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about yourself.
Sir, my name is Reeme Bordoloi. I am born and brought up in Dibrugarh and did my primary education from Dibrugarh itself. Then I graduated from Assam Engineering College in Electrical Engineering. After that, I worked for about 5 years in an automobile company in Gurgaon. Then I came back to Assam and started preparing.
Which year to which year did you work in Gurgaon?
I worked from 2013 to 2018.
Immediately after you passed out.
Yes, sir.
You passed out from which college?
Assam Engineering College.
Guwahati.
Yes, sir. Then I started preparing for civil services examination.
2013 to?
2013 to 2018, I was in work. Then after that, I started preparing. And
So 6 years have gone by.
yes, 6 years. From 2019 onwards.
But you came back in 2018. You started preparing from
I
2019.
came back in 2019 actually.
1 year
Yes.
gap.
No, last of 2018 I resigned.
Okay. But still 6 years is a long time. How many times
Yes.
did you appear?
I appeared for 3 times and this is my second interview attempt.
When was the last interview?
Last interview was in the first time 2020 CCE. Last year I couldn't clear the mains and this time fortunately I cleared it. And yeah,
First attempt, how much did you get in interview?
I got 130 marks.
Out of 275.
Yes, sir.
And in your mains?
And in mains, sorry sir, I forgot the figure.
135 was not a very good mark. But-
No sir, because compared to others who got quite high in interview, my marks was not up to the mark.
What went wrong? Anything which you could not answer, or you got nervous, or what?
Sir, maybe my presentation was not up to the mark, I believe. I had little bit issue in articulating my thoughts at that time, which I have worked upon this time. And that's all.
Did they question you in English or in Hindi, in Assamese?
Both English and Assamese.
Whose board were you there?
Ajanta mem boards.
Ajanta ma'am board. Now you would like to answer in Assamese or English this time?
I prefer English, but I am comfortable in Assamese also.
What's your hobby?
So whenever I get time, I like to read.
Read.
Yes, sir.
What do you read?
Read mostly English novels or non-fiction types books, and also one to Assamese travel stories I read.
Any favorites in English novels?
Favorites like recently I read A Thousand Splendid Sun by Khalid Hosseini. I really liked the book.
But you have no favorites as such.
No favorites, yes. Like actually, whenever I read the author, I like to read different types of authors and no particular as such till date.
Okay. Why do you want to join the civil service? You are an engineer. You are working already. How much did you get the last time you left?
Sir, last time my package was around 8.19 per annum, lakhs per annum.
It comes to how much per month?
About 50,000 per month, 50,
50 per month.
60,000.
You are staying in Gurgaon.
Yes, I stayed in
You are
Gurgaon.
staying alone.
Yes, I stayed alone. Previously, like we 5 people were selected from our college, so we stayed together. Then after that, with time, I stayed alone.
How much do you think you will get in civil service? ACS or APS or something?
In mains
Salary?
salary. Sir, as per my knowledge, about Between 40 to 50,000. Yes.
Only.
And other aspects are also there in civil services, but from salary point of view.
Then what is the point? You have worked for 5 years there and you would have got much more now. Your 8 lakhs per annum would have increased to 10 lakhs or 12 lakhs. But in civil service, Assam civil service, you'll get much less. Why do you want to come to civil service?
Sir, it's true that there the opportunities were good for me, being from an engineering background. However, like after 5 years and on maturity and self-realization, I found that I wanted a job for myself in lifetime, where my service, through my service, I can serve the people of my state, and civil services provides such a beautiful platform, I believe. And further, here I get a diverse platform where I get to work in different fields, and I believe it gives me a learning, it will give me a learning experience and will help me in both personal and professional growth as well.
What I understand from what you're saying is you first wanted a job in which you can work for the public. Secondly, you want a job where there will be diverse working environment. But you still haven't told me the real reason. Is the real reason this, or is the real reason that you want a good job with good salary, good security, something that will give you social recognition?
So first and foremost, from salary point of view is not what I am looking for.
Forget the salary.
Yes.
At least a respectable job with social recognition.
Sir, it's true that civil services is an elite service of the state, and it actually provides opportunity for social recognition. But the main motive of the service is service to the people, and I believe that.
Let me ask you.
Yes, sir.
How can you serve the people if you do not have a job? First requirement is the
Job.
Yes,
sir.
Unless you have the job, how will you go about serving the people? Your first point has, twice you've told me your first point is service to the people. But service to the people can come only when you have a job.
Yes, sir.
A job which will afford you the opportunity of service to the people.
Yes, sir.
Agree?
Yes.
So what should your answer be? Your answer should be, when I ask you, why do you want to join the civil service? Your answer should be, I want to join the civil service because it will give me a job which I believe will be a good career, stability. It will give me social recognition so that I can work for the public or work for the people.
Yes, sir.
So that. It is not that you work for the people so that you get a good job. So priorities must be clear. You have worked for 6 years now.
Yes, 5 years.
5 years now. For 5 years you have worked, not just for public service. For that you could have gone and joined an NGO. You could have done public service yourself if you want to. But you wanted a good job in which you can do public service. But first a job. You have not mentioned it ever. So your answer should be, framed like that.
Okay,
I want to join the civil service because I believe it will give me a good career, a job that has a good career. It will also give me some social recognition so that I can work for the public.
Yes.
So that comes later. Do you agree with it? You don't agree with it?
Sir, I agree with it.
Then you will change your answer.
Yes.
Okay. So priorities have to be clear and it has to be an honest answer.
Yes, sir.
If it was just for doing public service, you would not have toiled for 5 years. You are doing it because you want everybody in this world wants that his or her tomorrow is better than today. There's no harm in feeling that. Everybody wants that. If you don't want that, you're abnormal. If you're a normal person, you will want improvement in your life. So if you have wanted to come to civil service because you want an improvement in your life. You think it's an improvement because you get a good career. Don't forget that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So your answer should be, I'm telling you this because you've come for a mock interview. I must give you my best advice possible. How many mocks have you done so far?
Sir, I have done 2 mocks.
Where?
In SPMIS first and then in VAJRA IS second.
Nobody asked you this question?
They asked me this question. and
And
maybe
you answered it that way.
maybe that time I could frame the answer as per the question. That's why.
No, the question was very simple. Why do you want to join civil service? So if you say that I want to join civil service because I want to do public service, then the question comes, how will you do public service if you don't want the job? First you have to want the job. A job which will give you a good career, give you social recognition, so that you can do the public service that you want to do.
Yes, sir.
Nobody has pointed this out to you.
No, not
It's an
really.
honest answer. If you want to take it, take it. If you don't
Yes,
want
sir.
to take it, it's up to you.
Yes, sir.
You want to join the police service, that's the second choice. What do the police do? What is the primary work that police does?
So, primary work that police does is first maintaining law and order situation, and then serving the people, and investigation also the police does.
How does the police maintain law and order? Law and order is an outcome. It is a result of a particular job that police does. What is that job?
So, maintains rules and regulations as per the established, and sees to it that the
Rules and regulations for what purpose?
for peace and security.
The peace and security is at the last, at the end. That comes at the end.
Okay.
Again, you have to structure your answer. Did anybody ask you this question? No.
No, sir.
The primary job of the police is to control crime.
Okay, sir.
When crime is controlled, law and order gets maintained.
Yes, sir.
If law and order is maintained, there is peace and tranquility in the society. Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
It does. So you will change your answer to this. The primary job of police is to maintain law and order, doesn't give the correct picture. Law and order, yes, but how? By doing what?
Controlling the crime
The
first.
job is to control crime so that law and order gets maintained and so that there is peace in the society.
Okay, sir.
Okay. In maintaining the crime, they have to follow rules, follow the law book, do all that. But to control the crime is the main job. What are the primary functions of ACS?
Sir, primary function of ACS is first administrative duty they have, then also maintaining law and order situation with the help of police forces, then implementation of the government schemes at the ground level, and
That is
also
the first thing you already said. The first point covers this. Then?
yes. Then if any crisis arises in the area that they are serving, then they have to be the first point of reference and do the action as required. And also further in the career, they get the opportunity to frame policies.
Okay, let me frame it for you because you still haven't got the points as it should be structured.
Okay, sir.
Have you heard in other states what do they call the deputy commissioner or the district commissioner? What do they call?
Collector,
Why collector?
because they collect the revenue.
So that is a very important point you have left out. The responsibility of the ACS is collection of revenue for the state. Second thing which you said, law and order, but there is something in that. It is called magistracy.
Okay, sir.
Police people cannot become magistrates. Tax people cannot become magistrates. Cooperative people cannot become magistrates. Who become magistrates?
The
ACS.
CCS.
So second important thing is magistracy. And then, of course, overall, the development function. In the development function, all the other things that you said come in. Implementation of government policies, being there if there is a crisis, all that comes under the development function. So primarily they have these three functions: development, revenue, magistracy. Does it sound okay? Okay. I mean, these answers, if you give in a structured manner, then the board knows that, okay, this candidate is structured, the candidate knows how to answer questions. What you had been saying will be told by all the other 300 or 400 people who come for the interview, or maybe not 300, 400, 700, 800. They will all say the same thing. Like they will all say, I want to join civil service because I want to do public service. They will all say that. Yes, stock answer. But the honest answer is what I told you. Here also, the structured answer is what I am telling you now. Simple. Similarly, for police, what is the primary function? If you go and read the Police Act, you'll find that the first thing that is mentioned is the responsibility of the police is to control crime. Okay, because law and order, if you say even ACS people are maintaining law and order, the police people are ultimately doing what the ACS people are telling them to do. ACS or IAS, whatever. So your answer has to be structured like that.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, Superintendent of Taxes is your third choice. How many types of taxes are there?
Sir, direct taxes and indirect taxes.
Okay. What are direct taxes? Can you tell me how do you define direct tax?
Direct taxes, which are the administration, they collect the taxes directly from the people. For example, we can say the wealth tax.
What is the best example of a direct tax?
Income tax.
Income tax. See, you said okay that the administration collects the tax. Fine, administration, but on behalf of whom?
On behalf of the government.
So direct tax is a tax which is collected directly by the government, or the taxpayer pays it directly to the government.
Sir.
When you and I file our income tax returns, it is not, there's no middleman, there's no wholesaler and all that. It goes directly to the government. What is an indirect tax? How do you say what is an indirect tax?
Indirect tax is one that the government collects it indirectly from the people.
How?
Uh,
How? What is indirect about it?
Sir, the tax is not collected directly, but through other means.
Give me an example.
For example, the sales tax. For example, if we buy something, then the GST that is associated with it, we do not pay it directly to the government, but it goes through the route indirectly.
Can the state, who actually imposes the direct taxes? Which is the authority that can impose, that can levy direct taxes and collect direct taxes?
Main authority is the government only.
Which government? Central government, state government, local government, panchayat, who?
Okay, taxes can be collected and levied by central government and state government as well.
No, I don't come to the point of divide, because I am only talking about who can levy and collect.
Central government.
Direct tax.
Yes, sir.
State government cannot?
State government also can.
Which kind of taxes?
Like property tax.
Okay. And?
Property tax, wealth tax. That's all I can remember right now.
Okay, now how is the tax after collection? How is the tax divided? Now you're saying divide. How is it divided? Or how is it allocated? What is the authority that does it?
Sir, the Finance Commission actually, 5 years, in 5 years we formed the Finance Commission as per Article 280, and as per the terms and conditions, they divide it between the central share and the state share.
What is the vertical division and the horizontal division?
Vertical division is, as per my knowledge, about 42% is.
I'm not asking about percent. What is the vertical division? How do you define vertical division? What is the meaning of vertical division?
So vertical division means division among the central and the state government.
Yes.
And horizontal means the share of the state government among the different states that are present in India.
Okay. What are the basic criteria for allocation to states?
There are different criterias. For example, on the basis of population, on basis of area, on the basis of forest amount, and so sorry, Nar.
Okay, 3. You have said 3. Good. So you have. Can you tell me which finance commission is presently working? Which number? What is the number? First, second, third, fourth?
Sir, if I'm the 16th.
16.
Yes.
And who is the chairperson?
Sorry, sir.
Have you heard the name of Arvind Panagadia?
Yes, Arvind Panagadia.
Okay. So that is finance commission. This is what your third choice is, tax. I just wanted to know whether you have the basic knowledge or not. Because you have opted for them, they will ask you questions.
Yes, sir.
We discussed ACS, we discussed APS, and we discussed tax. That's enough, not more than 3. Now, let's come to Assam. How many districts are there in Assam?
35 districts at present.
35. Can you name me the districts on the north bank of Brahmaputra from east to west?
From east to west.
In that sequence.
Yes, sir. Tinsukia.
North bank, huh?
Yes, North Bank. Then Dhemaji, Lokhimpur, Sonitpur, Vishwanath, Tamulpur, Udalguri, Chirang, Kokrajhar.
What about Dorong? Is it coming?
Dorong in the south bank.
See that map? Let's go and find out where is Dorong. Pull the chair.
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir. My understanding was wrong. I just
Dorong,
gave
then
the border states of in the northern side, but I should have mentioned others also.
what else? Dorong,
Then Nalbari, then Bongaigaon, Borpeta, Bojoli,
Bojani,
Bojoli,
Bojali.
and
Is Bojali still a district?
yes, sir.
In between, it was not a district.
In between, when there was the delimitation exercise going on, then it was not there. But now recently again they have made it to 35 numbers.
Has the name of any district been changed recently, or is it in the offing that it will be changed?
Yes, sir. Recently, Karimganj district is said to be renamed as Shri. Sorry, sir, I cannot recall. It was something like Shri.
Sri Devi,
No.
Sri Bhumi.
Shri Bhumi. Yes, sir.
Suppose somebody wants to come from Africa. He has heard the name of Assam, but he doesn't know anything about Assam. He comes to you and says, please tell me about Assam, that I need to know, whatever I need to know. And also, I have 7 days time. In 7 days, you show me the best places of Assam that I must see. First is about Assam, second is places. Which one? What will you tell him?
Sir, I would invite him to Assam and say that it's a beautiful place with blue hills, and naturally Assam is very rich, and also ethnically it's a melting pot of different tribes, religion living together in harmony.
You have already taken him into an area where he doesn't know. He does not know whether Assam is worn on the ears, or it's a cloth, or it's a pair of shoes. He doesn't know. He has just heard the name of Assam. What will you tell him?
Okay, sir. Then first I will.
You must listen to the question very carefully. I told you that he does not know anything about Assam except the name. Then what will you tell him? You start telling him it's beautiful, that is beautiful. What will he think? He may be thinking Assam is a earring which is very beautiful.
So first I should have told him that Assam is a state.
Yes.
In the country India.
Yes.
It's located in the northeastern side of India.
Correct.
And then later I should have add on to all this.
No, before you add on anything, you must tell him where northeast means where. It is surrounded by which places or which countries. Then only he will know, okay. Then what will you tell him?
Sir, I will tell him that it is in between the countries of China, then Bhutan, then Bangladesh, Myanmar surrounding it, along with the other northeastern states as well.
Which states are there?
The states of Arunachal Pradesh.
You just said in the north. Arunachal is in the north or south?
In the north, Arunachal Pradesh. Then in the east we have Manipur, Nagaland. Then in the south we have Mizoram, Tripura. And in the western side we have Meghalaya, West Bengal.
Now you can.
Okay. Then I will say that.
No, you have left out Myanmar also. That's one of the countries which surrounds. It is not bordering, but it is.
Yes, it surrounds a northeast, but not Assam directly. Then I would say that if you come to Assam and visit the place, you will have a beautiful tourist experience, because we have different places that can offer you beautiful sights. And then I will begin.
If you answer the question like this, you can go on and on and on without coming to the main point. Nobody will wait for so long. You should be pinpointed in answering the question, to the point. Once you have told him where Assam is, that is the geography part. Now you will have to tell him which places you want. He says he's got 7 days time. So you have to decide which are the major places you will take him to. Now mind you, he has come from South Africa. He has come from Africa. So you must show him first something which he may relate himself to. Now you tell me.
Okay. Sir,
যিটো তেওঁ নাম হয়তো শুনিছে বা ক'ৰবাত পঢ়িছে বা জানে, তেনেকুৱা বস্তু যদি আছে, first you show him that.
Okay, sir, I will show him Kaziranga National Park.
Why?
Because of the wildlife present there, and in Africa also we have not one horn, but rhinoceros it have. So
your answer should have been not just Kaziranga. Kaziranga নিচিনা national park বহুত দেখিব, তাততো আৰু ডাঙৰ আছে. But you should have said, I will show him the one-horned rhino in Kaziranga. One-horned rhino first, then Kaziranga. Why? Because he would have seen the two-horned rhino in Africa. So he might have heard that there is a one-horned rhino also somewhere in Assam. Then this he will be able to relate, a rhino. What is the second point he may be able to relate?
So the forest and the wildlife and the biodiversity that we have.
Forest and wildlife and biodiversity is in plenty in Africa.
So the ethnicity and the different.
No. Every morning when he wakes up, he has a cup of what?
Tea.
Tea. He would have heard somewhere that there is tea coming from India, and in India it comes from Assam tea. There's a possibility he will know that. This is how your mind should work. I give you a hint also. Tell him which things he will be able to relate. Rhinoceros, because there is a two-horned rhinoceros he sees in Africa. But he has heard perhaps that there is a one-horned rhino also. So this he can see here. He cannot see in Africa. And every morning when he wakes up, he has a cup of tea. He would have heard this name, Assam tea, somewhere. The moment you tell him this is the tea gardens, this is Assam tea, he will say, oh yes, I have had tea. That's how your mind should work, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
You don't have to give long details. You should have simply said, first I'll take him and show him the one-horned rhino in Kaziranga. Then I will take him to tea gardens because he would have seen, the rhinoceros and tea. He may be familiar. Then you can take him to other places which you think are important. What else will you like to show him?
Sir, I would like to show him the island of Majuli, and then
But why? Why Majuli?
sir, because of the different cultures that the people of Majuli practice.
Before that, there is something which might interest him. It is the largest river island in the world. He may not be so much acquainted with Satra and culture and all that, but largest river island in the world, then he'll be interested. Okay, in the river itself, you have such a big island. Then frame your answer that way. I've given you the whole background. He's coming from Africa. He does not know anything. Then what will you tell him?
Then Majuli I will show him. Then after that different temples that we have here. For example, in the Golaghat district, we have ruins of an ancient temple there, Dev and I would like to show him that.
Would you like to show him that in preference to Kamakya temple?
Actually, sir, I thought because Majuli is near to Golaghat.
No, it doesn't matter. I did not ask about near, but you select 5 or 6 places which he can see within 7 days. He has to come back to Guwahati in any case. So it's better to show him Kamakya temple.
Yes, Kamakya, of course, sir.
And then
Kamakya temple. Then we have other temples nearby also, like
don't make the question thing. Go for specifics. Other temples, forget now. You are going to show him 3-4 things which are, or 5-6 things which he can see within 7 days, and those must be niche, unique. One thing is unique is that rhinoceros. Second unique is the tea garden. Third unique is Majuli. It's the largest river island, which also has a lot of satras and which is culturally very rich. Don't make it too long. Then you want to show Kamakya because it's a Shakti Peeth.
sir, recently we got the UNESCO tag for Charaido Moidam. Then I would like to show him that, and also the Ahom architecture there.
And what else?
Then, so we have many other places, but as you have told me to point out particularly, we can go for sir, in Dima Hasao, we can go for half long to show them, and then we have Gorom.
What will you show them? What will you show him? A hill station.
Hill station is there, and also we have different waterfalls in.
You might like to even show him, take him to Dibrugarh and show the Brahmaputra. Said this is 20 kilometers wide. A river which is 20 kilometers wide. Isn't it amazing? So show him niche things which are amazing. And by the time you say 4th or 5th, the question is over actually. Nobody will wait for such a long time. And go pointed wise, not such long answer. No, there'll be no time for such a long answer. Okay. So when I say he wants to know about Assam, firstly you tell him that Assam is a state of the northeast, a state of the country India, and situated in the northeast. It has in surrounding areas, it has countries like Bhutan, China, Myanmar, Bangladesh, and it is surrounded by 6 other states, 6 or 7 because West Bengal is there. They are there. So and then you proceed on to say, I'll show him this. First, I'll show him the rhino. Then I'll show him the tea. Then I'll show him, Majuli. So that way you have to complete your answer in a short period. You cannot wait for such a long time. The art of answering is first listen to the question very carefully. Second, understand the question, what is wanted in that question. And thirdly, you frame your answer and give a pointed answer, only what is asked, nothing beyond that. When I asked you what will you like to show him, I did not say that you describe that place in detail.
Okay, sir.
Then it can be a separate question. Okay. Now let's come back to some bit of economics. Which sectors will you like to pay importance to in Assam? Tell me 5 sectors which you think will help take Assam to the peak. Assam can develop very rapidly in the country. Which sectors?
Economical wise. Sir, I believe foremost is the electricity sector that needs to be developed here, because based on that we can go for industrial development, which I believe will take Assam forward. Then agricultural development is very important, because around 69% of population here are depend on agriculture. Then we can go for food processing industries, and then fisheries sector is also vibrant here, so we can target that as well. Next we can go for agarwood industry, because agarwood has huge potential here.
See, you could have summed it up by saying that the industrial sector, I have asked sector. Agarwood is not a sector by itself, it is a part of the industry sector. What do you think? Your broad thinking of Assam today, first and foremost, tell me how many states are there in the country?
28 states.
28. In the 28 countries, states, what is the present ranking of Assam?
Sir, as per economically, sir, I cannot tell the correct number.
You can say approximately?
Approximately about 25.
Out of 28, 25. Which means only 3 states are behind Assam. All other states are above Assam. Is that true?
No, sir, I'm wrong. I believe it should be.
I'll come back to this. You know, the moment you start guessing, you run into trouble. Basically, Assam is somewhere in the middle. It's actually not even middle. It's about 16th or 17th. Nobody can say exactly 16th or 17th. Tomorrow it may be 16th. Today it can come back to 17th, depending on. It's a dynamic situation, but it's between 16th and 17th. Or if you simply say, sir, it is 16th, right. 17th also is right. Okay. So the question was to take from 16th or 17th to the top 5. What are the sectors you will like to invest in? So if you start saying small things, it will take a long time. Agarwood, then agro industries. So you have to make up your mind. First, what do we lack in this region, in Assam?
Industrial development.
Industrial. So first you say, I would like to invest in industries. Then second, maybe to take it rapidly, huh? If you say education is good for investment, but education will start yielding result 10 years later. But you want immediate development. So you have to say manufacturing. You have to say communication. Then you have to say things like the tourism industry. Related to the question. All these, education, healthcare, all these are good answers. But they will not take Assam into the top 5 position immediately. Economically, you need more and more income. So anything that will bring you more income, which can be invested, again reinvested. So make it that way. Infrastructure. You started with electricity.
Yes, sir.
Electricity is a part of the
Part of
infrastructure,
infrastructure.
isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So when you frame your answer, think for a few seconds and frame your answer that way. Okay. What is a budget?
Budget is the annual financial statement of the revenue and the expenses of a government.
What kind of a budget does Assam have?
The present is a deficit budget.
Deficit budget means what?
deficit budget means the expenditure is more than the revenue earned.
Why does expenditure become more than revenue?
So because of the development needs of the state, the government has to spend more than it earns.
Can you not increase the revenue?
Yes, sir, we can increase.
How?
Sir, by revenue will increase indirectly if we improve the economical situation of the state, I believe.
So that is an aftermath of development.
Yes, sir.
But as of now, can you increase revenue?
Sir, yes, if we increase the taxes, then the revenue will increase.
How much can you tax? You have taxed everything that is possible. After that also revenue will be short.
We have to borrow.
Make up the deficit by?
Borrowing.
But that is not revenue.
Yes, sir.
When you borrow, that is only a stopgap measure to reduce the deficit or take care of the deficit portion.
Yes, sir.
But that is not revenue as such. It is something which you got only temporarily. You have to pay back.
Yes, sir.
From which organizations can we borrow?
So we can borrow from RBI and we can borrow from markets as well. Then government securities are there where people buy bonds from the government. In that way also we can borrow. Plus from the
external borrowing?
From international organizations we can borrow, like Asian Development Bank, then World Bank, then Asian Infrastructural Investment Bank, and BRICS, others there.
Okay. Now, recently there were two very important news which appeared in newspapers for Assam. Which two would be, according to you, the most important news? In say about last 2 months or so.
So related to
Assam.
in any field.
Whatever field, what were the two most important news items? Or two very important events or two important issues?
So first I would say the issue of Assam Accord implementation that has been going on. Like the Supreme Court its judgment uphold the validity of 6A of Citizenship Act. Then secondly, sorry sir, I am not able to recall what to say most importantly.
Assamese language?
Yes sir?
Assamese bhasha?
Yes sir. It got the tag of classical language tag it got along with other languages. So it's
Which
an
other
important sir, Pali, Prakrit, Bengali, Marathi and Assamese.
Tell me two other very important news that affected the country. This was Assam, now for the country, India, the same period.
Sir, in the country as a whole, the Manipur issue that is going on is affecting the northeast and the
Manipur issue is not going on for 2 months. It is going on
for years. Yes, for
more than a year.
Yes, yes. Sorry, sir.
In the BRICS summit, what is the BRICS summit?
Yes, sir. So BRICS is an association of 5 countries: Brazil, India, Russia, China, and South Africa.
Was there a very important development or decision involving India which took place in the BRICS summit?
So there were many decisions that were taken, but
India,
particularly India.
India and China. Yeah, I'm giving you the answer.
Yes, sir.
What
Yes,
happened?
sir. Sir, there were disengagement in the border and this was an outcome of the negotiations that has been taking place. And the first, after 2020 Galwan classes, our Prime Minister and the President of China, they met and had a bilateral talk.
What is the term used for when they agreed, both India and China, that they will take some necessary changed action from whatever has been happening now?
So de-escalation of border tension
Or disengagement.
Disengagement.
Do you remember when was the first such agreement between China and India, and who took that many years ago? Who took that decision from India? Or who was a part of that understanding?
So during the time of Rajiv Gandhi, there was an 1993.
Let me put the year then.
Okay,
You will know.
sir.
1956.
(1956). Sorry, sir, I cannot recall that.
Have you heard the name Panchshila?
Yes, sir, Panchshil Agreement.
What was that?
It was a 5 points agenda that marked peace and security between India and China. They were the points, for example, not interfering in each other's internal affairs, then mutual respect for borders, and these two I can remember right now.
Okay. Now, if you join the ACS,
Okay, sir.
and you're posted to some place where you don't even know the language.
Okay, sir.
Do you know the Dimasa language?
No, sir.
Okay, you're posted in Dimasa. At the first night, at midnight, you get an information that there is communal, tension, and there are two groups of people fighting in the village, two villages. They are torching houses and they've got ammunition and arms with them. And you are asked to take care of that situation. What will you do?
So since I do not know the language, I believe I have to take help from the locals who are acquainted, or
it is midnight. Which local will be waiting to give you information?
The associate that we have, I have with me locally available.
Who?
The person who will be working with me, I can take his help because he
Yes,
will
but
be.
it's past midnight. Everybody is sleeping that day. Whom will you call? Whom will you ask for help?
Sir, I can consult with my senior or the police that are local police that are available.
Available where?
In the police station.
Police station. That is what I wanted from your answer. What will you do? I mean, which organization has to remain awake in the night? The police. And who will quell that problem? The police. So what you have to do as a law and order authority there in that particular place, you will have to first find out the information, correct information. You don't know the language, what will you do? You will ask somebody in the police station to inform you. Police station will have somebody who will know. So from there you get the full information. Only then you proceed for. So these are small things which you must understand. Immediately you must be able to say. Then I will call up the police station first. This is called a situational question. You must have been asked last time, no? The other mock interviews must have told you. No. There can be such questions which are situation based, and you have to respond immediately. You have to think about the situation. Now you told me that you will find out somebody who knows that language and tell, but who?
Best is the
At
police.
midnight, whom will you call up for that? It is the police station. Okay, now I can go on and on asking you questions, but then I've already spent almost 1 hour with you.
Okay, sir.
I'll just tell you a few things which are important for an interview, because I find maybe the other mock interviews they didn't tell you. If they told you, I can repeat. First thing is to understand, which you must be already aware, that this is a personality test. It is not so much a knowledge test. Knowledge you have already proved by getting through the prelims and the mains. It is more of a personality test. What is personality? There are two parts to personality. First part is the physical. How you look, how you sit, your sitting posture, what dress you are wearing, whether you have a smile on your face or you look very nervous. How is your voice? Are you able to control your voice at the same level all the time? These are physical. And the inner personality, which is the second part, which comes out of your capability to listen to a question, understand the question, and answer the question to the point because you have the knowledge. Now, though it's not a knowledge test, you must have knowledge to have a good personality. That combined with the physical. Physical is important because the board sees only you. They see your face, they see your eyes, they see your, they hear your voice, they see your dress, they see the way you sit down. So these are physical. So those you must have correct. And then next is the important part is the inner personality, which will flourish only when you have knowledge, when you're able to answer questions. Now, what happens if a question is asked? What are the possible outcomes? প্ৰশ্নটা সুধিলে তোমাৰ ফালৰ পৰা কি হ'ব পাৰে?
ক'ব পাৰিম বা ক'ব নোৱাৰিম।
Correct? First, you may be able to answer the question because you know, or you may not be able to answer the question because you do not know. Third, a possibility is you think you know, but you're not sure. What do you do in the case of first? You answer the question. Second, you say, sorry, sir, I don't know. To beating about the bush kori love nai. You don't know the answer means you don't know. And unnecessarily guess kori pela bhul korile to negative jao. So it is better to say, sorry, sir, I don't know. Saying, sorry, sir, I don't know is not a negative answer. It is a positive answer and honest answer. So the interviewer knows that you are honest, you are not unnecessarily beating about the bush trying to say things which are not even relevant. If you keep on saying things which are not relevant or which are not correct like this by guessing, you will run into trouble. But simply saying, sorry, sir, I don't know, doesn't put you into trouble. He takes it to be an honest answer. Now comes the situation where you think you know, but you're not sure. What do? You have two options. Either to say, I don't know, sir, or to guess. Do neither. The third option is you tell him, sir, I think I know this answer, but I'm not sure whether it will be correct or wrong. If you permit me, I can answer the question. What have you done? You have avoided taking the risk. You have put the ball in his court. He asked a question, you have put the ball in his court. If you permit, I'll answer because I've already told you I may be correct, I may be wrong. What does he do? He has two options. Either he may say, no, forget it, I don't want to hear the answer. Or he can say, okay, go ahead. 90% or maybe 99% of the time, he will say, go ahead. What does it mean? It means he already knows that you may give a wrong answer also. It may be correct also, but he already knows, you have told him that it may be wrong also. And he has accepted it. After accepting it, he says, okay, go ahead. So if you give a wrong answer, he does not give you negative. If you get a correct answer, you get a positive. So what have you gained? Firstly, you have gained that you did not take a risk. Secondly, you are not now getting negative. If you are not getting a negative, why should your confidence fall? You should not get nervous or your confidence should not fall because you already know that the situation is like this, that it's favoring me. Most of the time in an interview, things go wrong when you get nervous or when your confidence falls. How does the interviewer know your confidence has fallen? State by three things, or maybe more, but the three things are very evident. Firstly, your voice will fall. মাতটো সৰু হৈ যাব প্ৰথমতে ষ্টাৰ্ট কৰাৰ নিচিনা নাথাকে বিকজ ইউ আৰ নাৰ্ভাছ মাতটো নিজে নিজে সৰু হৈ যাব ছেকেণ্ড থিং ইজ ইউ আৰ চিটিং লাইক দিছ বাট নাৰ্ভাছ হৈ গ'লে লাহেকৈ এনেকুৱা হৈ যাব হি নোজ যে নাৰ্ভাছ হৈছে থাৰ্ড থিং ইজ ইয়ৰ আই কণ্টেক্ট উইথ অল দি পিপল যেতিয়া উত্তৰ দিব নোৱাৰিব নাৰ্ভাছ হয় তেতিয়া ইউ ষ্টাৰ্ট লুকিং হিয়াৰ দেৰ ইউ ষ্টাৰ্ট থিংকিং বাই লুকিং দিছ দে নো দেট ছোৱালীজনী নাৰ্ভাছ হৈছে কনফিডেঞ্চ ফল কৰিছে I have told you how to keep your confidence stable by saying that, sir, I'm not sure. That will give you some confidence. It will allow you to retain your confidence. Mind you, this interview, the most important thing is the confidence. Because these are in your hands. Right? কনফিডেন্সটো কেতিয়াবা নিজে চিন্তা কৰিলেও নাইকিয়া হৈ যায় এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ ষ্ট্ৰেটেজি কৰিলে ইউ কেন ৰিটেইন ইউৰ কনফিডেন্স 15, 20, maximum 25 minutes তাতকৈ বেছিটো নলয় ইণ্টাৰভিউ most interviews finish off by 15 minutes সেই 15 মিনিটছত কনফিডেন্সটো ধৰি ৰাখিব পাৰিব লাগে that is important okay মই কোৱা কথাখিনি কিবা মিনিং আছেনে ঠিকে আছে so now you tell me so এতিয়া মোৰখিনি মই ক'লো তোমাৰ কিবা সুধিব আছে
ছাৰ আপুনি যিমানখিনি ক'লে তাত মোৰ মানে মই আনচাৰটো ক'বলৈ অলপ মানে ফ্ৰেম কৰিবলৈ দিগদাৰী হৈছে তাৰ কাৰণে ছাজেষ্ট আপুনি কিবা কৰিব পাৰে কেনেকৈ মানে
মই ক'লো না আনচাৰটো ইট শুড বি ফাৰ্ষ্ট ইউ হেভ টু লিসন টু দ্য কুৱেশ্যন ভেৰি কেয়াৰফুলি এণ্ড আণ্ডাৰষ্টেণ্ড দ্য কুৱেশ্যন হোৱাট ইজ দিছ
পেন
ডু ইউ আণ্ডাৰষ্টেণ্ড দ্য কুৱেশ্যন কি সুধিছোঁ so you have answered correctly but you could have also said this is an instrument that writes answer is correct this instrument can be bought in the market in shops correct it can be writing black or green or blue or whatever colors sub correct answer but what is the required answer
what is pen
the answer is a pen it's a very crude example but you understand now what I'm trying to say question টোত সোমাই আছে তুমি কি উত্তৰ দিব লাগিব answer that only I mean again the same thing you either know it or you don't know it or
the third option have to ask permission
এতিয়া সেইটোখিনি যদি তুমি একদম ক্লিয়াৰ ৰাখা মাইণ্ডত you know how to frame an answer never give long-winded answers because that is going to create problem for you and it's going to give a bad impression remember every answer you give will generate the next question তুমি যিটো কোৱা তাৰ ওপৰত ভিত্তি কৰি নেক্সট প্ৰশ্নটো আহিব board member জনে তুমি কোৱাৰ কথাৰ পৰাই এটা question সুধিব so what you say you must be very careful কাৰণ তাৰ পৰা প্ৰশ্নটো উঠিব না তুমি এনেকুৱা কথা ক'ব লাগিব যিটো বিলাকৰ উত্তৰবিলাক তুমি নেক্সট টাইম সুধিলে জানিবা if you keep all these things in mind you will be able to frame your answer ঠিক আছে
ছাৰ আৰু এটা সুধিব আছিলে ছাৰ মই ফেমিলি ৱেত আছোঁ মানে সেইটো ৰিলেটেড কিবা কুৱেশ্যন সুধিব পাৰে নেকি তেওঁলোকে
unless you tell nobody will ask that যদি কৈ দিয়া I'm in a family way then they will ask you questions but I don't think it's important but এইটো কথা হ'ব যে how will you then join the police service সেইটো আহিব পাৰে police service how will you serve if you're in a family way now and you will have a child what will you do you have to have the answer ready but I don't know when are you expecting কেতিয়া
মাৰ্চ
তেতিয়ালৈতো তোমাৰ ট্ৰেইনিং চেনিং আৰম্ভ হৈ যাব
হয়
So you will have to be ready with your answer. What you propose to do. You cannot be going in police training in this condition because that will be rigorous. Physical training will like that. For ACS, it's all right. Then you might have to actually join and take maternity leave.
Okay, sir. Sir, সেইটো ক্ষেত্ৰত যদি পুলিচ জইন কৰিবলগীয়া হয় তো মেটাৰনিটি লিভটো ল'ব লাগিব কাৰণ মইতো ফিজিকেল
Maternity leave is something the government cannot refuse you. But the question is, the board may think যে এইটোতো এতিয়া মাৰ্চত যদি হয় পুলিচত জইন কৰিলে তাই কামেই কৰিব নোৱাৰিব. That is their freedom to think. But once you join, the government cannot refuse you maternity leave. They'll have to give you maternity leave. In terms of যেতিয়া প্ৰশ্ন উঠিব, suppose you are posted in that remote place. Now you may be with your husband, your parents. But if you're posted in a remote place, your husband is working?
Yes, sir.
কি কৰে?
Assam Bioethanol company-টোত কাম কৰি আছে গোলাঘাট.
গোলাঘাটত আছে. You have come now from Golaghat?
Actually, our house is in Guwahati itself, Vashishta. So I have come from there.
And your husband is there?
Yes, he is working.
But what happens if you get posted to, say, Karimganj?
Okay. Sir, I believe we have this understanding and my family is also supportive. So together with their support, I think I will be able to manage.
That's okay. Normally it's okay. But I'm saying in the circumstance of your, having a baby so young, how will you manage it? Suppose you're posted in Karimganj. There neither your parents are there nor your husband is there.
I have to look for other options because
What options?
like help, domestic help, because I have to join the service.
You can simply say, I'll take my mother or my parents with me. They'll stay with me for some time. If my husband cannot come, husband will to Sakuri Kotha ase na. But parents can come, my mother will be with me, so what's the problem? You simply say that I have already discussed with my mother, she has agreed that she will stay with me. Other options, এতিয়া চিন্তা কৰিবলৈ যদি তুমি কোৱা যে other options মই চিন্তা কৰিম, then they'll say that আমি চিন্তাই কৰা নাই তাই. Okay? আৰু
মাদাৰক লৈ যাম বুলি কম.
simply সিহঁতৰ মাক সুধিবলৈ নাযায় হয় নাই. You give a solution. This possibility I know and I have already discussed with my family. My mother will be coming and staying with me. Or maybe my parents will come and stay with me. That will be both parents. Father must be retired?
He was a businessman.
He was in?
Business, so not retired.
So he is not retired. So then my mother will come. Mother is not working.
No, mother is not working. Father can also come.
Yeah, but then if he is in business, he cannot stop his business. But mother is, you require your mother basically at that time. Okay? Aru?
আৰু মাদাৰ আছে আৰু আমাৰ জইণ্ট ফেমিলি আছে আৰু মেম্বাৰ্ছো আছে, তেওঁলোককো কোৱা আছে, এনেকৈ ক'ব পাৰি. তেওঁলোকে
Stick to mother. For a baby, mother is the only final solution. আৰু কিবা প্ৰশ্ন আছে নেকি সুধিছো?
আৰুতো এতিয়া নাই. ছাৰ মই নাই.
কোন তাৰিখে আছে?
27ত আছে.
এইখিনি অকণমান ঘৰত আইনাৰ সন্মুখত নিজে নিজে প্ৰেক্টিচ কৰি ল'ব লাগিব.
ছাৰ মই অলপ নাৰ্ভাছ হৈ গৈছিলোঁ মাজতে.
মই গম পাইছোঁ, সেইকাৰণে মই ক'লোতো. বাট নাৰ্ভাছনেছটো এভইড কৰিবৰ কাৰণে মই ক'লো নাই. হাউ ইউ ডু ইট, ইউ গট টু ৱৰ্ক ইট আউট. অলপ নিজেও ইণ্টেলিজেণ্টলি চিটুৱেশ্যনটো হেৰি কৰিব.
হয় ছাৰ.
অ'কে, অল দ্য বেষ্ট.
ঠিক আছে ছাৰ, থেংক ইউ ছাৰ.
এই আজিৰ ইণ্টাৰভিউটোত হোৱাট ranking will you give yourself from 0 to 10?
So between 6, 7.
6 or 7. That means you have to further improve.
Yes, I have to improve. Like basically, I have to listen first and then answer to the point.
That's very important. Okay, all the best.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.